So this is my very first completed art journal from cover to cover. And I thought I would share it because I know that there are a few people out there who are hesitant to jump into the art journaling pond, and I thought that I would just go ahead and share mine because this should prove to anybody out there that you don't have to be a artiste to have an art journal. And so, you know, it's a learning thing, like everything. You just have to, you know, continue, just start doing it, and then, you know, hopefully your talent will grow. That's what I'm hopeful for, you know, and I'm hoping that when I finally do get around to taking some, you know, classes and just, you know, keep doing this and practicing, that, you know, I'm hoping that I'll perfect my art and I'll get better over time. So, but anyway, I started this journal in January of this year, and I have just finished it. So, I finished it earlier today, so I thought I would just go ahead and share it. This started out, when I first started journaling, and I got into mixed media like last October, but I didn't really start journaling until sometime in December, I think. So I bought two of these Strathmore visual journals, and they start out, they look like this. And, you know, they're just these spiral bound, heavy watercolor paper journals. And had I known now, back then, what I know now, I would not have gone this route, but I did, and I had them, so that was my goal, was to use what I had. And but this is the problem with this. Number one, it gets all gunky from all the mediums that you use. Number two, it expands to this point because of all the mediums that you're using. So it doesn't slide into a shelf very easily. And number three, when you're working on it, when you move on to the next page, you just get gunk from the previous, you get work on, you know, what am I trying to say? The materials that you're working with, the wet mediums and stuff, they bleed over into work you've already done. And so it's actually kind of messy. And I've just decided that I don't like using these. And while they're perfectly wonderful, and it was easy to start with because it was already, you know, you just jump right in, and that's perfect for that. But now that I've gotten into it, I find now that to suit my needs, I'm either going to bind my own journals, which I've already done. Like I have a video on putting my cereal box one together that has the hand-stitched signatures in here, you know, like so. And there's still plenty of room. When you flatten this out, you can see there's plenty of room here for this thing to grow. So I'm not worried about this thing expanding to the point like this one has. And so yeah, I'm either gonna bind my own journals, still using that same heavy watercolor paper that I like to use, or even I've taken a hardcover book and hand stitched. This just has two signatures in it right here, but this was a hardcover book that I altered and made a journal out of. And again, just that same heavy watercolor paper. It's just two signatures in here. And again, it's just, I made it to suit my needs, and everybody's going to be different on what they're doing. Another thing is, when I went to Goodwill, I picked up this cloth-bound hardback book. I thought it was really interesting, and you know, it's really big, and I tore a bunch of the pages out. And so when I start to work on this, I just gesso all the pages, and then, you know, start working in it. So, but even that, like, I'm gonna have to tear out some more pages because this is starting to get, you know, a little too thick. So you have to think about those kinds of things when you're starting to art journal. And then finally, the other way that I'm going to do it is to use just individual papers on their own, just regular, you know, paper like this and just work by, you know, on its own. And then I'm gonna, you know, kind of form, I've already started this one that has some of my jelly print papers in here, and I'm gonna use my cinch when I'm done with all this and cinch it, and then that way I won't have this problem like I have here, and I can use the type of binding that's gonna accommodate the size of my art journal. So yeah, I wish I'd known that when I started, because definitely, you know, I wouldn't have gone this route. But I did, so I finished it up. I'm almost finished with this one. I have, you know, just a few more pages left in it, and I am going to finish it. And then I'm going to get to work on my own personal journal. So I'm really looking forward to that, and it's actually motivating me to continue on with these others just to get them done so I can start working in my own. So what I did is, for the cover, because like I said, it was just like this plain brown cover, and I just collaged a whole bunch of like quilted, collage quilted, a bunch of little scrap papers to this, did some stenciling, you know, just kind of decorated it a little bit. And the same, I did the exact same process back here, just with some different colors, and then I did some stamping instead, because I want it to be a little lay flat when I'm looking at it. So here we are. This is going to be the good, the bad, and the ugly, because, and boy, there's a lot of ugly in here. So, but again, you know, it's just a way to say, hey, you know, just do it. And, you know, all you can do is get better. So here we go. I'm just going to do a really quick flip through. If there's anything to reference, I will. This was my very first page that I did in this journal, and it was the early part of January 2013. And this was right after I got Diane Reevely stamps, and so I was using hers on the border, and then I just free hand drew these houses because I thought they were kind of whimsical and went with her stamps. And of course my boyfriend pointed out to me that that looks like a penis house. So, and he's right, it does. But yeah, when I was drawing it, I totally didn't like pay any attention to that. Of course he had to point that out to me. But anyway, so that was kind of yeah, my Diane Reevely page there. This is just some more collaging. I had just got the sans serif Sizzix dies, the alphabet set, so I was wanting to cut some of the letters out and use that in here. So a lot of this is from me getting new things and trying and wanting to try it out. So you know, that's what this is all about. I can actually see that Papillon stamp, Tim Holtz Papillon stamp back here, and you know, that must have been when I first got it, and I started using it here because it's on this page and this page. This is another technique that Crafty Kate Palmer here on YouTube had done, and I wish I hadn't covered so much of it up with other stuff because it was really beautiful before I covered this up. But Crafty Kate Palmer is somebody else that I learned a lot of techniques from in the beginning. This is right after I got my pan pastels. I got both of Donna Downey's mixed media sets from Dick Blick, and so this was the first time that I'd used the pan pastels. A great trick when using those is to use the, because again, I'm not an artist, so I can't freeform draw very well, and I use the Watermark ink pad, and you just take a stamp and, you know, do the embossing ink on it, and then you can just slide your pan pastels over it, and it just glides right on there and doesn't go anywhere else. That's the great thing about using these. So, and you can totally tell I was watching Donna Downey because I have a lot of splatters and drippage, as she says, and I've got a Donna Downey stamp there. So yeah, she was like my main thing when I first started, my idol when I first started art journaling. And then I was like really feeling intimidated by all the artists that, you know, I watched their art journaling, and I was like feeling really intimidated. So this page is all about that, because it says art is intimidating and frightful, but I won't be afraid. And that became kind of my mantra after I did this, because it's kind of like, yeah, I'm not going to be intimidated by anybody because this is just my own thing. And, you know, hey, I'm having fun. I'm trying out new techniques. I'm learning and growing. And that's all it's, you know, that's all that it's all about. This was a crap day for me. So sometimes it feels like I'm in hell, just running around in circles. This was like a really crap day that I had, and so that was kind of like how I was feeling at the time. And yeah, this is when I went to the hardware store and got those specialty tapes. I started using that in here. Some of the Lumiere paints, some, you know, Sizzix dyes that I was trying out. Oh yeah, this was another hot mess. Anytime you see drip edge like this, it usually means I'm trying to cover something up because it turned out like crap. So that's exactly what happened here. So as I said, live and learn. And yeah, this was another technique that didn't go my way, so yeah, I wasn't too happy with that either. I love this page. Love it. Absolutely love this page. I had watched Donna Downey use the gold mica flakes, gold mica flakes, and so I used it on this page. I did tried to do some with this and the two fish. It was the gel transfer, and that didn't work out either, so don't like how that didn't turn out properly, but my bird came out pretty good, so I was happy with that. And I don't know, I just really like this page. I think it's because I like that whole mythical mermaid thing. This is my homage to Tracy Bautista with all the doodling and the hearts. I have a lot of homage to certain people in this because it's, you know, when I was learning. Every course, you know, I love Stephen King. I'm altering his books. That was the steampunk book that I did, was one of his books. So this was just a page I dedicated to that. This was my homage to Tisha Moore. And I tried it, and it's just not my thing. I'm not really into this kind of collaging. It's, yeah, I appreciate the people who can do it, but yeah, and I love her work, but yeah, it's just not really my thing. This is my homage to Joanne Sharp and her work, and I was checking her out online, and this one was, I think, because of Christy Soblewski. I can't say her last name. She's the artgeeks.ning chick. And I like watching her as well. There's just so many people that I love watching. Oh, this was another hot mess. See, I put on here learning curve. Learning curve. And while I don't use my art journal for actual journaling, I don't do a lot of writing. I do have a few pages that I do actually write in. So for the most part for me, it's just, you know, trying out new products and learning techniques. This one was Kelly Merton had done a video. This is actually how I was introduced to Kelly Merton. Was watching her video on stamping into UD. And so that's what I did on this, and I really like the way it turned out, but moving it around in my book and stuff, a lot of the pieces have broken off. So I've since learned I need UD Flex, and yeah, good luck trying to find that. I can't find it anywhere. But anyway, I guess UD Flex will make it where this will be a little bit more pliable and won't be so brittle. But yeah, so that's why I did this page, was because of her video. This was just, yeah, nothing. Just because I love birds. I don't know why I love birds and trees and flowers and stuff. I think it's because it's the easiest thing to do as a non-artist. So, oh look, more birds. Actually, this is the paper napkins, because I had just gotten the paper napkins and I wanted to experiment with collaging with those. So, and yeah, and I think I did some videos on these too. Like, I know I did a video on this one. I had just gotten the Tim Holtz grunge blocks. I was experimenting with embossed foil tape, and this page was another hot mess. Ugh. And this is one I did a video on as well, with the iron-on transfer. I like how that turned out. Some more iron-on transfer. I got into where I was just really wanting to do that a lot in my pages, so I pretty much used those in both that and the other journal. This I just did a process video on. This is a Lynn Perella stamp. I love her stamps. And then I just colored in with, I don't know, it was either some Letraset markers or the Faber big brush pens like these. And then this was another, oh, see, this is another reason I don't like these, because, man, it's really hard to turn the page when you get down to the end here. Okay. We're going with it. And then this is just another napkin collage that I did. This was a jelly plate print that I collaged in. And that's it. That is my first completed art journal. So I mainly, like I said, did this because I think a lot of people need to see that you don't, you know, like I said in the beginning, who are hesitant to start, just do it. It's fun. And it opens you up to, you know, all kinds of creativity. So I will see you guys later.